Hi, random flip. John 18:28. Then they led Jesus from the house of Caprias to the governor's headquarters. It was early. I probably said that wrong. Sorry. To the governor's headquarters. It was early morning. They themselves did not enter the governor's headquarters so that they would not be defiled, but could eat the Passover. So Pilate went outside to them and said, "What accusations do you bring against this man?" They answered, "If this man were not doing evil, you would not have delivered him over to. If this man were not doing evil, we would not have delivered him over to you." Pilate said to them, Take him yourself and judge him by your own law." The Jews said to him, "It is not lawful for us to put anyone to death, so we're just going to bring him to you and let you do it." Sorry. Go back, Kim. Sorry. Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and judge him by your own law." The Jews said to him, "It is not lawful for us to put anyone to death." This was to fulfill the word that Jesus had spoken, to show by what kind of death he was going to die. Yeah. And that too, Pilate the whole time, it's kind of like one of those things of he didn't want to. It didn't seem as if he wanted to arrest and then crucify Jesus. He ultimately did, and that very much is something he did. And he was the decision maker, at least on the human side of that. Obviously, Jesus gave himself at his own accord. That little joke, sorry. But yeah, it's just that too. It's your own authority and the guidelines that you're following. If you're doing slippery little backy ways, like for example, I try every day to follow Jesus Christ. I try to be accountable. I try in the moment to correct something. I maybe make decisions and do things that maybe not every single Christian in this world would maybe see eye to eye with. Just like I don't think most anybody, Christian, not Christian, if you're judgy and judging others, or either maybe you're just so overly concerned that it's not meant to be negative, or it's not meant to be judgmental, but it is. And sometimes it's out of love, but I just kind of keep it where if no one's being harmed, if no one's doing evil, just evil, hateful crimes, if everyone's well, babies are fed, just mind your business. And if you are addressing something, at least know what authority and truth and facts you are standing on. And then, sorry, I'm outside. Sorry about that. And also, when it comes to God, the King of the universe, our Father God Almighty, and Jesus Christ, there's no back door. They know. You can't listen to the worship music and then have your phone on the side of the dash blowing up with the not good stuff. You can't at least be hypocritical if you're doing something than to preach at someone and to tell them not to do it. You dang sure cannot partake in something that maybe is not maybe not exactly something that at least you're encouraged to do, but also maybe it's not harmful. But you dang sure can't try to justify something you're doing and line it up with Jesus. I will say this very much, and I do this in front of my kids. I do this with any and everything. If I do something and if it don't line up with God, I'm just gonna say I am choosing to do that, and that don't line up with Jesus. I'm not gonna say, yeah, no, I'm a Christian, yeah, no, yeah, I prayed on it, and actually, well, it talks about in Leviticus and and Revelation. Don't do that. Just don't put that on God. He's seeing you. He's like, that's not correct, or that's the way I think he would be. So don't do the backdoor stuff. He knows. Oh, and if you're doing something, like, don't feel the shame with it. Love God with all your heart. Ask him to clean you up from it. Just don't lie. And don't be hypocritical. And try not to let your sin inherit to someone. So don't, give it to someone else or do it with someone else, whatever it may be. And just clean it up. And don't also think that you can follow a set of rules and then not kind of follow the rules, but say you follow the rules and then think you get the glory of following the rules. You get it? Just don't lie. Just don't lie. And mind your business a little bit, especially with people that are following Jesus and not doing harm, especially Jesus himself. But anyways, that was a lot. Sorry. Kind of not. That's how random flips are. Just random. Yeah. Good random flip. Bye.